guys, I'm back again for this slow stitching tutorial on making my journal cover. I know I said that I would probably do a journal page, but I'm in the process of doing this. My next one I'll probably do the February collage page. So I thought I'm in the throes of doing this, so I thought I'll continue on. I don't know about you, but when you're sort of sticking with something, doing something, you tend to stick with it. Now, I've made these. I've done 2 of these, and I'm going to put the buttons on top of there. So I'll show you what I've done. There we go. I've stitched it on, and I've also done a running stitch just to highlight it. And then I've done this, like, it's sort of like a straight stitch just to highlight the middle, and I've still got to do French knots, which I may do today. I've stuck this on, and then I'm going to go do a running stitch and a couple of French knots and all that kind of stuff there. Finish sticking this on. I'm really happy how it's looking. I'm going to put a what are those, one of those tag things in there to put a journal tag. So what I've done, I've got the book, and it's called a spider web rose. So you just do a, I'm just going to get a bit of embroidery thread, I'll show you, and that's where I've gotten the idea from. That's from that awesome book, embroidery. But you can get plenty of embroidery books with this sort of stitching in it. Now, where did it go? I'm after my plane, must be underneath. Here it is. So what I need to do, I don't know if you can see it or not, but on the actual fabric there's roses. So I'm just going to do 3 roses along here, and then I'm going to stitch in stem stitch the green, just some stems, and maybe go around the just to highlight those leaves. And yeah, so what you do is you get just a bit of thread, and I've gotten something to match it, and this is just sari silk, which I've gotten. Oh. And I'm probably going to use these as closures, and that's pretty wide, so I ripped it in half, and then use that. So start off in the middle. It's just to start off on the top, but I'm going to start in the middle. So it's the middle of the rose, and then we do a sort of like a 5-pointed start. Now, how high did I go with that one? Fairly high. There we go. That way, and then I come across. There we go. Leave that there, so I've got a bit of an idea. You come across. This is just giving you somewhere to put the thread. Okay, and then okay, so I don't go all the way down to the bottom because it's a pretty big, about there, it's a pretty big rose. And then at the same side here, I'm sorry, I keep going back, you can't see. And go into the middle. There we go. So you got yourself the 5-pronged star. So I'll just, now if you're using ribbon like they've got in the illustration here, and you're doing ribbon embroidery, you would, excuse me, just finish that off. Oh, everything's catching. You would come up through the middle, like all off to the side there, but this is so thick. So what I've done, I've just tied a knot. I've just tied a knot, and I'm going to come up rather than coming up underneath, which is what you would do if it's a thinner, but I tried doing it and it just did not work, and I really wanted to use this, so I've just come up there and hold that there. And so what you do is you go, I've put it in a fairly fat big-eyed needle because it's the only thing that gets it through, and you go over, under, pull. Right, see if I can lay it flat down, and then you go over, see, it's under that one, over that one, underneath. So it'll be over that one, under this one. It's a bit tricky to begin with. And eventually you will get, you cover that. So over, under, so over that one, and then you go under this one. Over, under. So pretty. So pretty. Okay. Over, under, over. It's not hard at all, and look how beautiful this is turning out already. So over, under, and you keep going until you can't see those threads, or you've run out of thread here. So that's over, under, over, under. And I could leave it like that, but I really want to bring in these pops of buttons. So I'm going to have 3 buttons along there because I want to put another one here. And it sort of ties in with that look. It's sort of got a retro. Oh, see, I've gone under. Too busy yapping, not taking notice. So that's over, under. And you can twist as you go along. So that'll be over that one, under this one. Just leaving it flat for demonstration purposes. So over that one, under this one. My husband's banging something, so if you hear any noise, he's actually putting flooring down up in our roof so that we can have some storage. Yay! He's on long service leave at the moment, so getting stuff done on the house, which is awesome. Okay, over, under, over this one, no, over, under. Now this is similar to a tutorial I did with how to put roses on things in the previous tutorial. I might just leave it at that, and then what you do, cut it off. So all these, I've got bits that I've cut off. So what I want to do with that is do this, use this again. Now you could probably glue it under, but I might just tuck it under. Tuck it under there like that. And come up with this. then grab it and go underneath and just pull that down so that's at least stuck down. Then go in the middle and come up. And we're going to sew these buttons on. Normally I'd probably just stick them on, but since we're sewing, we'll just sew them on. Oh. Hopefully I got that in camera. I'll have to do it again if I haven't. Give it a couple of stitches and pull it right down. And do the other side. About 3 in each hole. Or whatever you like. You can probably just do it once. At least I know it's down. Yep. Okay. Come back through that hole. It's hard to see sometimes. No, wrong one. There we go. Oh, good grief. I'm coming out here. I need to be there. Not always easy when it's a bit blind. You can't see it. I pull down and I'm just going to go back down again. So there you have it. There's my spider. What's it called? Spider web rose. They're so cute. And I'm using, it's annoying when things, sari silk, but you can use, you can use like this type of ribbon, other fabrics, whatever. So I'll leave these because I've got to put them in, and for later, because this is something I'm just showing you. I'm almost done. Now, there's a few things I would like to do. Now, what I would like to teach you as well is stem stitch, which is on the next couple of pages. Most people probably know if they're into doing this. Okay. Totally similar. Stem stitch. So, sticking up. Where is my thread? Green I'm after. It was here a second ago. Underneath, yes, like last time. Now, it's going to take a little bit, so. And what I'll do on the leaves as well, I might even do what they call a lazy daisy stitch, which is in there as well. I'll find that for you. So, it's annoying me how it's come. I might even get under there and stitch that down. But Mrs. Perfectionist I am, not good. Yeah, so I don't want to do too much more after I've done the stem stitch on here, and I'll put a template, a journal cover, and then stitch, because it needs to be stitched down. French knots. Oh, this is starting to come undone, so I might even just do a running stitch along there. It's so cute. Okay. I want the stem stitch to be a little thicker. So I'm going to do 3. Yep. So I'll just do the threads in half. Because stems are like the branches or the stems, you want it to you want to be able to see it, and it tends to work better when it's thicker. So, okay. There we go. Once again, see, as soon as you've got to do 3, becomes a real pain. Okay, now oh, is this giving me grief? There we go. Wasting all this time just trying to tie a knot in a thread. Okay, straighten it out. Best way to do that is use the old spit, which is pretty gross. Okay, now you can't see this properly, but I can, so I'm going to start. There's a little stem along here, and I'm just going to go along all the way around. So I will start so what is it? It's A. Oh, you start up the top and then you hold it around and then you come back through the same hole. That's how you start. Then sort of repeat the process, put it over to this side, or depends whether you're left or right handed. Come back through the same hole. It's sort of like a backing stitch, but it's a little bit different. Gives a bit, it's sort of thick, a bit thicker, and loops around, as you can see. And go like that. I think it's a little easier than back stitching. Yep. So sometimes you just allow the actual work inspire you, you know, like I normally probably wouldn't have done this on there, but because it's got that pattern on the lace, you let the fabrics and stuff inspire you to cut this little bit off. That's annoying. Now turn that a little thicker. So it's quite thick because it's raised up, so rather than going on top of it, I'm going to go next to it. It'll still cover it. There we go. Once again, scissors are in the way and are annoying me. So it's very much like backing stitch, but you just make sure that you pull it. Now it's going to go through there. That's the trouble sometimes when you've got three, it becomes pretty thick. So I'm just got to make a decision. Do I go up to there and then continue on here? Because I might want to highlight these flowers with actual thread. Doing these at the front somewhere. There's all different types of flowers that you can embroider. Look at these flowers. But there's one really easy one, and it's called a blanket stitch. There's a bullion rose. Oh, nice. But it's a blanket stitch one. Where are we? So many pretty ones. But I just want to have something really simple. Where are we? I'll let you get a bit of a look through the book anyway, which I think you already have. See, that's a nice one. That would go really well over that. But I haven't really got any wool. So my Barbar black sheep, have you any wool? No, I haven't. Now, come on, where is that little, this is why I had this stuff pre-shown beforehand. Love these leaves, I think they're really nice. I'm pretty sure it was at the front. Did I miss it? Buttonhole stitch, cast on stitch row 32. This one I've used quite a bit. Look at that daffodil. I really thought it was at the front. Big book. Oh, they're so gorgeous. There's things you can do with ribbon. Okay. No, I think it was at the front because it is from a buttonhole stitch. Maybe I just missed it. Yeah, oh, there it is. So, yeah, and then you do the flower in the middle. So I might do that one next. Oh, all that. Sorry, people. So if I did that. What I can do is I'll go back and I'll show you how to do the daisy stitch, which I will go from here. Thank goodness for indexes. Okay, daisy stitch. No. Detached. Maybe it's not called a daisy stitch. Detached chain. Aha. I think it's called a chain. 57. 57. Ah, see, there we go, got it dog-eared. So they make nice leaves. So what you do, I always have to have a look at the instructions on this baby. So you've come up through the top. Okay, go back down underneath. Find a come up through the top, and then it goes down the other bit. Okay, so come up through the top of the so you go like this, and you do it next to it, really close but not in the same hole, and you go up as close as you can to the edge. Okay, and somehow I think, how does that work? Yeah, well, hang a minute, I'll do it again. Here we go. Do it on the other side, and you pull it down. Come here. There we go. But I'll show you, I did, got to go through that loop. So it gives you a leaf shape. Now, what you do is you come up next to it. You have that going there like that, and you come up next to it. So obviously you go around like that. There you go. And then go through. That's where the loop comes in, and then you pull. Now don't pull too tight because you want that sort of loose, loopy leaf shape. So cute. And then pull and then go down. I'm just busy trying to figure out where all my leaves are at this point. Here's one up here. So I've got to come out through there. And it may not look that fantastic on the bottom. On the top it looks great. And underneath it's going to be on the side of the journal that you won't see anyway. So there you go. So I'll do another one. So it makes a little more sense. I've got a leaf here and there's a leaf there and leaf there and leaf there. So that not only looks pretty, so what you need is to put it next to it. So you come out through the top, find where you need to go around. Can you see that? So next to it, loop it around, pull it up. So you've got yourself a nice little loopy leaf. And you go down and then up again. Yep. And get it caught in there because it's 3 layers thick. There we go. What I might do while I'm here, actually, so you've got the idea of what I want to do there. I would like to do the stem stitch going up to the rose so that it doesn't look like it's just floating in midair, if you know what I mean. Put that down. Okay, so that's what I'll be doing. So I'll do stem stitch there. There's a leaf there and a leaf here, here and here. I'm going to do some of those pinwheel things there. And then I'm going to continue along. Goes here. More of the leaves, which take it up to there. And then the same here. Probably do that there. But I might even veer off a little bit, but it gives it I don't know. I think I'm going to go through it rather than having more of these, which is it. I might put some of those blanket stitch flowers, just do about 3 on this side, just on the bottom in a different colour, and maybe utilise this one because it's actually a variegated thread. So there you go. Done that. So what you do if you are working on something, normally I'd finish that off, but like I said, when you're working on something, just pull it through so it's out of your way. Okay. Then I will show you, where are we? How much time we got left? 26 minutes. I reckon I've got enough time to give you a bit of a tutorial on how to do these little roses. So what I'm going to do, so it's on the first pages, best book ever. So you've learned stem stitch, detached chain stitch, and now you're going to be learning, it's a blanket stitch, but it's a pinwheel blanket stitch. And I'm going to put some flowers just here. Best way to do it though, just do a couple of circles. So I'm going to just do with the pencil lightly. I think they're best in groups of 3, so I'm going to do 3 of them. So just give an indication of where they're going to go. And then I'm going to do a couple of those little roses stem stitches. You can also make these with really nice ribbon as well. They look really pretty. So now, looks like I've already got one pre-threaded. Two, yep, that sounds good to me. I'm going to use the red on the bottom, I think. It's primarily a red thing. So, and I'll just do one of these and you'll see just how fast they get done there. It's so awesome. Now, looks like you start in the middle. No, you start on the side. So I'll start on the side. That's A. Yep. Okay. Do a little dot so you know where you're going to start. I might do the same with those. So there's the middle. Okay, start in the middle. I've got my circle happening. You can't see it, but I can. But just do an imaginary circle. Okay, there's the edge. And then pull around. And then go in the middle again. On the edge. Pull around. It is so easy and so effective. Okay, how good is that, eh? Looks so pretty. Excuse me, I've got to have a drink of water. Mine are fairly big. She's done them fairly close together, but that's okay. So try and keep it flat. So much easier. I mean, you're not having to teach, but this is why I'm just teaching one at a time. Around. I love these because they're so simple but so effective. So pretty. Okay. Been doing craft for so many years. I just love that journaling can lend itself to everything that I've learnt over the years, quilting, embroidery. You know, I sort of found it a little bit late. Like I've only really been on the, you know, doing journaling not that long. Probably about 6 months, maybe 5 months. But it's incorporated in everything that I've loved doing, scrapbooking and all that kind of stuff. And that's what I love about it. I found something that incorporates all the loves that I've enjoyed doing over the years. Embroidery, quilting. This is sort of a bit like quilting, but so much faster. Yay. There we go. How good does that look? So I might find a yellow or maybe this orangey colour to do the centre. There we go. And then last one, oh my goodness, making a mess. last one. Come in, come up to that, pull it, and then just chuck it under. So it's holding it down. Oop. Where are we? I'll put it through the same hole. There we go. How cute does that look? And I'm going to leave it there because I could probably do another one. Maybe, with what I've got left. And because it's going into the lighter colours. Where are we? So you start on the side, so that works. So I'll go over to here and pull that out there. So what I want to do is get some of this, maybe. Yeah, that'll work. Now there's a colonial stitch, but there's also just a straight out just a French knot, whatever they're called. So you can do whatever you want. A colonial stitch or a French knot, fairly similar. But I've got a really good way of doing French knots. I don't know about you, but over the years they tend to pull through. So I've got a good tried and true way of doing it. So put it through in the middle and make sure there's a knot on the bottom. And then all depends how big you want it. It looks like they've got a couple in there, so I might do a few. Maybe 3. Go 1, 2. Put it next to it. No, not in the same hole. So, twist around. 1, 2. Probably should be enough, I find out, because it's fairly thick. So put it next to it. Hold the pin underneath with your finger. The needle. Pull this down and hold on to that. Because if you just pull it through without holding on to that, it sometimes just loops and doesn't come through properly. And then that way you're guaranteed to get a perfect thing every time. So come through the middle again, loop it around twice, 1, 2, push it down into another hole. The second, you sometimes go through the same hole. Okay, pull it, hold it down with your thumb and pull it down. I'll do the last one while I'm here. I'm into the middle, round, put it next to it, hold down, and there you go. How cute is that? Love it. So as you can see, I'm a bit of a flower girl, like it. So everything sort of either 3s or 5s off center, you know, 1, 3 or 5. When I say that, then I've got 2 there, but that's what I had, and it works okay because we got the 3 leaves. But yeah, I'm really happy with how that looks. So that's it for now. With the next tutorial, I will probably I'm going to put that on there. I've got some cardboard which I'm going to, where are we? Pins everywhere. Stick that onto. I'm going to make the center a bit smaller, so but this was the perfect size for that. And I'm going to stick that onto and make myself a journal cover. So yeah, I'll just do all this rest of these little bits and pieces off camera and decorate it a little bit more. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Here we go, I'll do a close-up. These are the roses, and you can see where I'm going to go along with the stitching on there. And then there's that one. How cute is that? Okay guys, see you later.